down, they'll kick me out, but still I rise.
Hey, welcome to the Super T podcast show. So I am going to get very intimate with you guys, with my listeners on here. I'm going to take some accountability, and I'm going to also express some things. And, I don't know how long this podcast is going to be for, because I got about 17% on my phone. And as typical of me, I'm multitasking. I have my journal over here that I'm about to write in. So first confession up. I have a bubble bath running too, which I probably have to go and turn the water off too, because we don't want that to overflow. So let's go do that first. It's not really a bubble bath. I bought some spa stuff from the spa. So it's a lemon something that vitamin C. It's supposed to be great for the skin. Oh yeah, time for that to go on. It's at the top. I guess I can actually get in the water and then get back to the journaling. Yeah, let's do that. Let's light a candle. Pour some libations and talk to my lovely people. First of all, I had a everything is just fantastical right now in my life. But to usher it in was my born day. Candle lit. Turn off this other light. I'm getting a haircut. I was gonna go today, but I got wrapped up in work. Very likely going to get it tomorrow. Very likely. I know where I'm going. I got an idea. There's a barber shop that's kind of been like, they seem like they're good. Okay, what am I looking for? My towels in there. Excuse me. It is 2 o'clock in the morning. And I don't know what schedules are. I have been waking up odd hours. And having intense amounts of energy. And I call them intense because I can go with just one meal for the day and be fine. Be absolutely fine. But still have the energy to operate for over 15 hours. I was taking a supplement. I'm going to read you what's the ingredients. It has white willow bark extract, black pepper fruit extract, green tea. I actually want to get some more. Maybe that's what's giving me the energy. I don't know. But I actually ran out of that recently. And I'm still waking up. Crack it on. Refrigerator right now. Excuse me, people. I'm here. with most of my broadcasts, this is spur of the moment. My lives are typically like this. Pretty much every aspect of it. Very spontaneous. And that's where I'm at right now. Now, I definitely have some things that require a deadline and so forth. That's absolutely delicious. All right. Oops, got that little noise that the phone's on 15%. I'm gonna talk until it hits 5%. So it just went from 17% to 15% in 6 minutes. So that gives you a little bit of an idea of how excuse me, much talk time I have with you. And let's figure out how I'm going to. This will be my first in the tub podcast. So you hear me bumping around because that's what I'm doing. Getting into the water. Basically doing the things that I said I was going to do today. And then I got tired and I was like, oh, I guess I'm not going to do those things. But I'm up now and I am doing those things. This is on my bucket list for today. Some self-love. Oh, this water feels great. Okay, sponge is there. Soap. You know what? I'm gonna go hands-free. Not hands-free, sponge-free. And just get soap. Cranberry shooting. Ooh. Ooh, the tub is really filled. So I'm going to stick this phone here for 10 minutes. Gosh, this is so all right, I had to move the phone. I had it on the side of the tub, and the tub is filled to the brim, literally. So I had to move it so that it didn't get moist. So, yes. Ooh, this is excellent. I'm so glad I put this on my bucket list for today, because it's so necessary. Now, my current tub is a little tiny. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I can fit half of my body in. Not all of it, but half of it. So, intimacy. That's what I wanted to speak with you guys about today. First, before I go into all of the goodness, I want to take some accountability, because I did some very slight, but still did it, stinking thinking. I tried to see things from my limited view and come to a conclusion of them with my limited view, and even be slightly judgmental, again, from my limited view. When I say limited view, it's exactly what it is. I can't be everywhere, see everything, but there's God, there's that omnipotent force that can, and when you rely upon that, and as you evolve in the spirit and in spiritual ways, then you're able to see more than the common person can see, but still your vision is limited. So I have a friend, and a lot of things are happening, and they're happening really rapidly. I know things have been aligning up for this stuff to happen, but they're happening so rapidly. But nonetheless, I have a friend who traveled up here, very short notice, very unexpected, and at a time where so much is happening in my life. And I just was like, okay, I don't know what this is about, but I'm going to definitely follow my spirit. And in following my spirit, I allowed my mind to come up with scenarios that was so inaccurate of what was going on. And, I voiced those things and all of that, and so therefore I want to take accountability, because I was in error to be judgmental and to be stinking thinking. I know better than that, and so I want to get that off of my chest and say that I asked for forgiveness, and I am forgiven. And I learned through that experience that even if a thought comes, right, that is not in alignment with what I know in my heart of hearts and in my spirit, I'm going to do my very best to stop it right there, like just stop it, boop, and switch to something that is in alignment, and just keep practicing that. That is something I practice already, but still, it takes time. It takes time to train. It's not like you learn something and boom, you got it. You have to actually train, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm training my mindset. I'm supposed to be also training my body, but hey, good luck with that. I went to the gym once last week. I will go this week at least once, but my goal is to be going 3 to 4 times a week. I really actually like it. It's just getting there. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's what I wanted to share to begin with, people. Now, let's dive a little bit more into all the goodness that's going on right now. So I have my location for my cafe. I have my accountant, which was miraculously, like, everything is just a miracle of how things are working out. Boom, 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 boom. So it makes it more exciting, because I did not find, and nothing is happening in my life in a typical way right now. Like, absolutely nothing, Only thing I think is typical is like, and I don't mean to be gross, but elimination. That's the only typical thing in my life right now. That's the only thing that's been consistent. Like, okay, eliminating waste. And I mean that in garbage. I mean that, like, bodily. I just mentally, like, that's the only thing that is typical. Everything else is just so surreal almost. You know what I mean? The way things align up, the way things are happening. Like, for example, my accountant, I have to use him as an example because who he is and how he came to me is beyond phenomenal. It's beyond phenomenal. You would think, okay, you find an accountant a traditional way, you go on LinkedIn and, you look them up, or you get a referral for somebody, or, you read their reviews, you see what firm they work for, you do that due diligence. That's what a carnal way of doing it. When you are living, literally being directed by spirit, and I will be the first one to say that I do not always obey the things that the spirit nudges me to do, Some things are really scary, and I question them, and I just be like, oh, I'm scared. And I had a moment like that yesterday. Spirit was like, say something. And I was like, I don't know what to say. What if it comes out wrong? What if they take it wrong? I don't know. But Spirit is kind enough to, Spirit is just kind enough. God is kind enough, He gets it. But back to this accountant, because I don't even know if I have time to go into those other matters. But back to this accountant. I went to go get my hair done for my birthday, and I did not. It was in the middle of the week, and I had a feeling that if I was going to drive there, she's in the Bronx, it was going to be an issue with parking. It was going to be an issue with traffic. And I didn't want to deal with any of those issues. I was like, I just kind of want to be chilled, When I'm on the road, I like the roads nice and smooth and empty. And that's just how I like the roads to be. I like to travel smoothly, So, and I knew that wasn't going to be the case for a Wednesday morning. I just knew, especially a Wednesday morning before Mother's Day weekend, like, normal people's gonna be on the street anyway, going back and forth to work. Then you're gonna have additional people just out and about doing their late shopping, whatever. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take an Uber. Boom. Uber comes. I'm getting ready. I could tell from just the initial interaction, like, okay, thank you, because I've had some experiences where they're rude and they're rushing and they got attitudes. But this guy was very professional. He called me to let me know he was downstairs. I was like, okay, I'm on my way. He was like, no, that's fine. Take your time. I was like, oh, okay. This is the professionalism I like, some black car shit. So I'd be so tempted. Like, black car Ubers, just for a little sidebar, are completely different than regular Uber drivers. Their professionalism in and of itself is completely different. I think all Uber drivers should have that type of professionalism. That's my personal opinion. Let's get back to how my accountant came to be. So, I'm going, we're en route, and we get to the location, and then they extend themselves to me, and they're like, are you coming back? And I'm like, yeah, I am. I'm just coming to get my hair done. And I probably mentioned it, like, it's my birthday weekend, and my friends are coming up, and my friends are doing this, and I was so excited. And, I'm just coming to get my hair done. And so he asked me, like, when he dropped me off, are you coming back? And I was like, yeah, I'm coming back. And he was like, oh, well, I'll bring you back. Take my number down. I was like, oh, okay, I'll take your number down. That's awfully kind and nice and of you and accommodating. I made a little joke. And I was like, are you going to give me a discount? And he's like, I will give you a discount for your birthday. And I was like, oh, my God. And so that's how that went. Love my hairdresser. She did a wonderful job. I called up the car driver, Uber driver. He picks me up. He charges me, the Uber price was $50. No. The Uber price was like $103. What I paid was $50. He was like, I told him, he was like, what does the Uber price say? So I told him, he was like, okay, give me whatever you want to give me. So I was like, 50. He was like, okay. I was like, oh, wow. So we end up talking about cryptocurrency and the opportunity that we experience with cryptocurrency and the lessons we learned. And, we had just a really good general conversation. And something in my spirit nudged me, like, ask him if he knows accounting or if he knows an accountant. And when I asked him, he was like, oh, yeah, I have a cousin. And so he gave me the cousin's number. I touched base with the cousin. And we basically followed up back and forth with each other up until Friday. So that was Wednesday. I stayed in communication with him until Friday. Let him know, listen, I'm about to, this weekend, it's going to be what it is. I'm probably not going to do no business, but I will touch base with you first thing Monday morning. I followed through with that. I went Tuesday and actually picked them up because I said, I need you to look at the books. You know what I'm saying? Me emailing everything is going to be a little bit confusing. So I need him to look at the books so that he can do the reports and everything for me manually. Sometimes, I'm not even going to say sometimes, a lot of times it's better to have a person doing that stuff versus a computer, especially if you are not versed in accounting yourself, So, of course, I took it in business school, but, I've been out of school for a little bit and I needed some assistance. So he came, he assisted me, and, I learned about him. He is in his last semester, so he's not technically a certified CPA at the moment. He's going for his master's this year, and he interned in 2 of the top companies in the world, global companies, where clients were hedge funds, and ridiculous numbers, ridiculous books he balanced, but he's still humble as pie, and he was in my office doing my numbers, and that to me was beyond astounding. It's beyond astounding. Like, God, did you really just send to me a person who worked for the 4th largest firm and the 2nd largest firm? That's big shit. You know what I'm saying? That is humongous. Even the top 10, even if it was one of the top 10, but he worked for 2 of the top 5 companies in the fucking world, not in the city, not in the town, in the world. That's phenomenal. That blew my mind, blew my mind. It definitely gave me confidence to be taking the bold steps that I'm taking now, because I'm taking some bold steps when it comes to matters of the heart. Although I'm still a little shook. But I've decided to be more open myself. First, I got to be open with myself before I can be open with someone else, right? So I'm starting with me, being more open with myself, looking at my actions and, analyzing how my actions can be perceived, and not so overly concerned with other people's actions, And there is an object of my heart right now, if I should say. Not really my affection, but of my heart. And I know that it's a mutual thing, and I know that it's a marvelous thing, and I know that we're both scared out of our asses about it, because we're both individuals who like to be in control of ourselves, at the very least, and then of course in control of circumstances that involve us. You know what I mean? And just have a general idea, like, okay, this is gonna go like this, and okay, cool. But in this particular matter, especially I think in general with spirit inspired matters, we don't get to see the whole full blueprint right away, and we just have to trust. We have to trust God and trust our intuition when our intuition is telling us certain things and leading us in certain directions, to allow it and not stop it, because it's probably exactly what we truly, truly, deeply desire in our hearts, so therefore it's here, it's available, So that is where I am at. I'm now at 11%. I have 6 more percent of my phone juice to get. Listeners, supporters. This is very intense for me. It's very different. I had a similar experience before, but the similar experience I had before with this gentleman, if I would call him that, it was no reciprocity at all. This new situation with this lady, it's reciprocity. It's reciprocity. It feels natural, and it is a little bit intimidating for me. But I see and recognize it's not just intimidating for me; it's intimidating for us both, because it's just like, whoo, the emotions are intense. The energy was shared between us intense, but I had it's a phenomenal ride. It's not like a roller coaster, with the ups and the downs. It's just, I don't know, maybe it's like jumping out of a plane. Not that I've ever done it, but I've seen it done, and I could imagine that this is what this is like, like we have our parachutes, but we know we're going to safely land, but it's still a lot of adrenaline and stuff going on, you know. But as we're in the air and we're looking and, you know, just kind of like gently gliding down to the earth again, you know, you just get some marvelous revelations and some amazing experiences. And that's what this kind of feels like, even though I've never actually jumped out of a plane. But I am a creative, and I do have a vivid imagination, and I imagine just looking at people, that's what they are experiencing, you know. And that's how this feels, you know. It's like, whew, you know, like I know I got my parachute, but I'm like 30,000 feet in the air. But whoa, this feels amazing. And I love it. I really love it. I love the person, but I love this experience, and I am staying definitely busy with business, you know, because that's another thing, you know. Just having that partner, that life partner, has been something that I've desired for a very long time. And through my studies, my metaphysical studies and my esoteric studies, I learned that it's important to be specific. So I got specific. I got a pen, I got my little journal. I wrote down exactly what this partner would be, you know, outside of the physical stuff. I didn't mention anything physical besides using the pronoun he, but everything else was the description of their character, the description of their personality, the description of the actions that they would take and how we would interact with each other. Like all of those descriptions I wrote down in a book. And only thing I described physically was, again, a pronoun. Like, you know, he. You know, he would do this, he would do that, he would do that. That's the only thing that I was descriptive about when it came to their physical self. You know, I might have said that they'll be attractive too, but that's it. I didn't get into specifications, you know. I wasn't like, oh, he's going to be 6'7" and 250 pounds. Like, I didn't do none of that. Everything, again, was personality, character, the actions, our interactions, you know, between each other, their mindset, their feelings, you know, all of that. That's what I listed and got into details about. And, you know, I was reading it for a while, you know, and then I stopped, you know, but it's there, you know, and I recognized over this weekend that the individual who tugging on all my heartstrings and soul strings, which is one of the things that I put down. Like, we are good for each other's soul. Anyway, that's one of the things I remember off the top of my head. There's a lot of other stuff. It's like a page and a half full of stuff. But anyway, I realized this weekend, my birthday excursion, like, this individual has all of these fucking qualities. Literally, this person has all of the, everyone, like, boom, boom, check, boom, boom, check, boom, check, boom, check, boom, check. Only thing is that it's not a he, it's a she. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I've tried once, through a text message, to communicate, and I didn't quit. I'm not a quitter, but I definitely shifted my attention to the business, of course, and just dealing with other matters. But it's growing. It's growing like a beautiful rainforest. My analogies are something else, right? Jumping out of the plane, growing into a rainforest. But that's what is happening. And I say a rainforest because, you know, when I try to compare it to something, that's what it seems like, you know, like rainforest is full of foliage and full of life and, you know, just amazing, and it houses and protects so much so many life forms, you know. And that's what I feel about this union. You know, I feel like this union is protective over other life forms. Like, you know, it's beyond me. It's clearly beyond me. And I'm doing my very best to describe it. And I have, at points, put up walls. Because I'm just like, okay, I tried to say, you know, and I didn't really get the response that made sense to me. Because it's not what I felt, or anything. But, okay, that's what you said. So I'm going to respect what you said. And, you know, I did mention some of it to my best friend. Not everything. But, you know, the surface stuff, you know, like, oh, let's think about this person a lot. And, you know, I don't know what's going on. And, I really like being around this person and stuff like that. And I mentioned it. And, you know, there's definitely some chemistry there. And my best friend, of course, overprotective. And she's like, okay, cool, you know. So when I wanted to say something this week, and my best friend was like, nope, you said something already. And they gave you a response. So respect that response. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want to get my feelings hurt, because my feelings were hurt with the initial responses. I was just like, you telling me I'm wrong? You telling me I'm bugging? You telling me my intuition is fucked up? Like, my intuition is not fucked up. I know it's not fucked up. Like, this is what I live by. But that's what you telling me now. Telling me that bullshit. You're trying to tell me my shit fucked up. And there go my bestie with her well-meaning self. But, you know, when it comes to unions, and I'm going to call it what it is, a sacred union, you know, whether it's between a man and a woman, whether it's between a man and a man, whether it's between a woman and a woman, that union is sacred. You know, people will have their best interests, and they can love you, and they can put in the best advice that they know of, but only God really can direct you in this type of union. You know, only you and that person can share the type of intimacy that is shared in a sacred fucking union. Nobody else can do that. They can look on the outside, they can analyze, and they can give you some feedback to make you think. But at the end of the day, your heart will let you know. Your intuition will let you know. And if you trust those things while being mindful, then the results will be phenomenal. And that's what happened. Like, there's times where I'm just like, call, you know, and I'm like, nah, my mind will be like, nah, don't do it, don't call, you know, you're doing too much, you know, and I won't call, you know, I won't call, and I'll get over the moment, and I'll go on with my day, and do the things that needs to be done, whatever, like that. But now, when I get that little inkling, like, call, I do it, and I feel the results of doing that. I've seen the results, not just seeing the results, but experiencing the results, and it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. I had such a fucking long ass but good ass day yesterday, and you know, of course, you know, God has a sense of humor, and so I had to do some repetitive traveling, but it wasn't bad. You know, it wasn't bad. I never thought like, okay, I'm about to just go home. I never thought. I was just like learning, you know. I learned quite a bit, actually, you know. From the repetitive traveling, I fucking memorized at least where to go if I ever go back to that location again. Like, I wouldn't even need a GPS. So I literally crossed this motherfucker about 5 times, you know. Oh, God. And really took myself to the limit, because I wanted to take a power nap, because I really was kind of sleepy after I dropped off my accountant. But I don't know, the energy came, and the energy was there, and other people were seeing it. I could tell other people were seeing it, the way they were looking at me and stuff. But I didn't know that it was able to be seen through the phone. Like my friend who came up here, who I was mentioning earlier, and she's good, by the way. She's good. She's settled with the kids. She has her basic needs. I'm proud of her. I love her. And yeah, I had to take accountability for my stinking thinking, because I was thinking and being judgmental earlier. And all of that's forgiven. But she had called me while I was en route, and I just was like, I'm not gonna really go into details with anybody, like, you know. And I just told her, listen, I'm going to this state, and I literally was going to another state. And she was like, oh, okay. So when I touched base with her today after she got settled into her place right now, she was like, I told her, like, you know, who the person was. You know, she kind of knows, because she has had a similar experience, you know, so it's different talking to her about it than talking to my bestie about it. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking to a lot of people about it because I want to just experience it, you know, and there's really nothing to say, but it's good. Anyway, she was like, girl, I thought you were going to see Caleb. So I don't know if I've ever mentioned Caleb in any of these podcasts, but Caleb was, I want to say he was my official last boyfriend. I dated after him, but he was the one guy that actually paid attention to me, to my nuances, my likes, you know, my dislikes, everything, and, you know, responded accordingly to that, you know, and, you know, he loves me. I know Caleb loves me, you know, but Caleb's in a bit of a pickle with his baby mama, and, you know, because he is a man of good character, he wants to do what he considers to be the right thing, which is to offer the support, you know what I'm saying, that he was not able to offer while he was away for 24 years, you know what I mean? So I get that, and that's why, you know, I told myself completely down from when we were first dating. You know, we were just fresh love, and I was just like, baby mama, I know you got all them kids, and I know he was kind of absent for 24 years because he was locked away, but he's mine now. And of course, her argument was, you know, a little stronger, like, I had all these babies, and I've been doing this by myself, and this motherfucker is here now, where, you know, he cannot just offer moral support, but actually physical support. I'm sorry, ma'am, I'm in those pockets, and if you gonna be around, you gonna get very little. And I was just like, I can't get little. I'm not getting little. So let me just fall back. You right. You know what? I'm a woman. I'm a mother. They only have one child. I know the challenges I had with that one child and with his father being absent. So I can imagine you had 6 children, how you feel right now, and the father basically was absent the whole time. Yeah, I get it. But you shouldn't have kept making them. But I get it. They're here already. So shoulda, coulda, woulda is really not relevant. So I just fell on back, you know. But me falling back did not sever the love. You know what I'm saying? The love is still there, you know. So she thought, my friend came up here from North Carolina, and she thought that's where I was going, you know. And trust me, I felt like it. I was tempted. Not that day, of course. But I want to say I was tempted over the weekend. Like, let me call Caleb, you know. And then I was tempted even yesterday. Like, let me call Caleb. Because Caleb is, I wouldn't say Caleb is easy, because that's not the word to use. But I know Caleb loves me, you know. And I know Caleb's a good man. So it's like, I know he loves me. I know he's a good man. I know he has those other challenges that's going on as far as with the baby mama drama. But, you know, something's better than nothing. And, you know, that's the mind. That's the ego. You know, there's definitely better than something. Something might be better than nothing, but there is better than something. You know, if that makes sense. So I want the best. You know, I want to share that and give that, and I don't want to just have something. I want to have the better. So that's why I did not follow through, you know, with those small inclinations to call, but that's what she thought I was going to see, and I was like, nope. So she was like, I should have known, because I've just been, making these declarations. This is where I am right now in life, and I like it. And I really don't care. My only challenge is making this declaration to this person. And I'm like, I don't really know how to say this. I'm figuring that part out. But showing it is, I guess, better than saying it. And it feels good when you show something and a person is receptive to see it and get it. And it's like, oh, you got it. You got it without me even saying something. You get me, And that's the type of ebb and flow that's happening now, But my phone has went dark. I'm on 8%. I think I'm going to actually cut this short and not continue to the 5%. I'm going to get really with this soap that I have. It smells so delicious. I wish I could tell you the name of it. It's a mulberry soap, I believe. But I'm going to get together with the soap, finish my little cocktail I decided to make for me in the wee hours of the morning. I'll be up again at 7 o'clock. Like, no cap. I'll be up. Like, I wasn't up for hours in a bubble bath doing all type of stuff. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for listening to me, and I will definitely, I can't say I'll get more regular with my podcast, but I'm pretty sure as my life continues to evolve, I am going to work in a schedule, and write down topics. It's just right now, a lot of my time and energy is devoted to the cafe itself, getting the doors open and getting the funding and the staffing, because the accountant is part of the staff, and doing all these different workshops. You think once you do one class or you do one course, you complete a degree that you're done learning, and you're not. I don't even remember how many business plans I've written, but I know just in general in school, but I know for this business right here, I've written at least 2 of them, and now I'm about to go and write a 3rd one, but this 3rd one is for a pitch contest, and the stuff the input that they give you is valuable. It's valuable. It will help. It helps the business itself, so, and the information is free. So it's in my best interest to learn through this pitch contest, whether I am awarded with the 20 grand, or not. The stuff that I learned is worth more than 20 grand. If I ever need to go into another one, I already have it. I'm already prepared, That's how it was today when I was doing paperwork and everything, I didn't have to recreate nothing. All I had to do was write a certification letter. But everything else I had, I have my marketing plan. I have my business plan for both locations. I had a business plan for a Midtown location. I had a business plan for Brooklyn location, and now this new business plan I have to create is for Jersey location, and it's just like, whoa, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's really, really amazing. But I love every moment of it because I like my mind to be working towards figuring out things, or just doing things, so it's good. It's good for me. It's good for the brand. It's good all the way around. It's gonna be definitely great for the customers, and I look forward to reading all of the reviews and just positively impacting the economy and positively impacting my customers, and ultimately positively impacting humanity. It's a great feeling, just to do it on an individual level, so I can imagine how it feels as those levels go up, 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 and up. So, with that being said, I don't know what the hell I'm going to title this podcast. I didn't even really go into the details of my birthday because it was just phenomenal. You had to be there. If you wasn't there, then okay. Not your fault. Sorry, not sorry. But anyway, it was phenomenal. That's all you need to know. It was phenomenal. I even had a little attitude moment. It's just typical, when there's high emotions. But I got over it. And, yeah, I'm glad for everything in my life. I'm grateful for everything, every person in my life. I'm grateful for everybody has a intricate part, and I love it. I just really, really love it all. So with that being said, I'm going to get off this podcast in these wee hours of the morning. I want to thank you for listening. I want to let you know that you can listen to my podcast on any and all platforms, because that's where we are. So as I do grow and get a little bit more purposeful with my recordings, and strategic as well, and more regular, then I'm sure my listeners will grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And that's going to be phenomenal, you know. It's almost like doing radio, but instead podcasting, you know. Anyway, have a great, great day and night whenever you're listening to this. Just be great, be awesome, have faith in yourself. Have faith in life, and purposefully be mindful about everything you do, but choose to be optimistic versus pessimistic, you know, because if you're already fortified, which means you're already secure, then you really have nothing to worry about, you know. And when I say secure, I mean physically, I mean mentally, and I mean spiritually. When you are secure in those three aspects in your life, you really are ready for any and everything. So you don't need to think negatively ahead to prepare for it, because you'll automatically know what to do if you need to do anything ever. So prepare for goodness. Do that, you know. Use your mind faculty to prepare for goodness. What are you going to do if you're living in your dream home? How are you going to be if you're in your amazing relationship? How are you going to be in your dream career? How are you going to feel in your own company? And, you know, how are you going to feel with all the goodness that you desire in your heart? How are you going to feel at your kids' graduations? You know, like, use your mind for positive things, people. And with that being said, I'm definitely signing off now. I'm at 6%. And again, I want to thank you for tuning in to the Super T podcast show. Take care, people. Be well.